Hello everyone, and welcome back to Thea The Awakening. At the start of this episode, I've just managed to get my expedition back to town to drop off their supplies, and immediately we've come across the woman with grass grows greener around her. This is an interesting one, and this is the first element of like what you can do to adapt things to more of your playstyle and what your characters are good at. So she's got sorrow-filled eyes. We can attack her, we can ask her to stay back, and we can say hello to her. I'm going to say hello.
Not to do you harm, human child. I am but a lost god, fallen.
I seek not to harm you, to harm a human child. I am but a lost god, fallen, stripped of power to give life, robbed of my people, tainted forever by this rotten disease that is the darkness. Zivia, it was my name. But fear not, the curse is my own, and whatever vile force sets upon me, it cannot be commanded me to do harm to another.
I was
a goddess. I once was what you may call a god, but I am no more. For what is a god, if not a creature who serves its children? But I have none. I betrayed the light now, and I must serve my penance. But now let us speak of your wounds, children. Our wounds? Why? I cannot offer to heal you as I once could, yet I can offer you a gamble. As part of a curse, my healing touch now carries the risk of a curse. So you have two roads you can take if you wish to play. One, I shall heal you, but you will likely become cursed, or two, if you have those who meddle with the magic arts, they can attempt to guard against the taint, but beware, if they fail, the price may be high. So this is where like the suggestion comes in. Because I have nobody magical with me, there are two hidden options. The hidden options are to go through a hex challenge to defeat the curse, and another option which is probably a conversation option that I'm not powerful enough to activate. It may be an item-based option. If I had the right item with me, I could purge the curse. But it is suggesting, because I have a character with reasonably high intellect, that we don't want to play with magic, but we need healing, let's do it. We'd rather not try at all. There is a risk of a curse. I'm going to actually do it because there is a way you can get uncursed.
The woman places her hands upon
so she's healed one of my characters and given him a deforming curse, which gives him minusness to attractiveness. I don't really care about minus to attractiveness. He's a warrior, so having minus attractiveness doesn't really do anything negative to him. Thank you very much, and that gives me a bit of experience for completing that. So now that they're back, we can do an equipment. Manage. Nope. Oops. That's if you want them to join the town, that's to move them, that's to split them. Inventory. Here we go, inventory. So town, I'm going to move my medic over to here, I'm going to move the gold across, the stone, that, this is just basic wood, malachite, leather, bone. I'm going to move across some of the meat, because you don't need that much meat in an expedition. The wheat, the nuts, the coal, definitely. One of the two-handed swords, because I'm going to give the other one to my medic. Shield, 3244. I'm going to keep the better shield to give to somebody. So that's the sort of the transfer system. You just transfer things backwards and forwards. This is my town's equipment, so I want to go out and I want to go to my equipment here. So throw a shield or a sword on him and upgrade. Who's got the weak shield? You're a warrior, so you can definitely have a shield. Although, have you got one-handed or two-handed? That's one-handed, okay. So if I take this two-handed blade and give it to you, I can then put a one-handed weapon, and it's too heavy. Is this lighter? This is significantly lighter, but still not light enough. Well, that's fine, she can have a two-handed blade. So, that's the sort of common starting encounter, because it gets you cursed, and cursed is one of the things you need. I'm also going to... let's have a quick look at the resources around me. There's no real reason to take any sort of higher level resources, so I might have a look at maybe something in crafting or construction. If I grab something that makes my gatherers better, medics, craftsmen, distance on the watchtower view, random resources, or children, I'll probably buy that, and I'll probably go in towards making a cabbage patch so that I can have some more children. Very useful. So in the production of the town, construction, I don't have enough resources to make this yet, but when I do have enough resources I need some more wood to make it, and when I do have enough resources I'll be going straight into a pasture to get me some more food. Crafting. Can't craft any gathering tools yet, so what I'll do is I'll pop this guy into gathering wood with these, and my expedition will move out towards the kelp, because the kelp, and if we set up a camp, what we can do is we can gather kelp. And I have some decent gatherers with me, and this will allow me to make gathering baskets, which makes gathering a lot faster. So what I'll do is I'll gather some kelp, I'll gather some wood, and I'll see you guys a little bit later. So that's a counter offense, just to get rid of one of his attacking cards for a turn. Just throw them all out, and hopefully this will be a reasonably easy battle, because the damage these guys have isn't too high. So it doesn't matter which way he attacks, he can't break my armour. Nice and easy. This is just a group of wandering undead that I've gotten because I'm going a little bit more exploring for a little bit more resources. Got a nice one-handed axe and a decent shield out of that. So this is Rat Witch with a witch and hulking rats and some spider nests. So I'm going to go after the spider nest. I have a hunter with me, so I can do a blue challenge here, which is why risk a frontal assault when you have good hunters with us, so we can go hunting. And this is a one skull hunting challenge. And the challenge is done exactly the same way. You can see who can attack and defend based upon their skills. You'll notice that hunters are best, but you also have gatherers who can do hunting tasks. So I'm going to keep this array because there's not much, because I don't want to get 2 zeros in my hand. So I'm going to start with a 7 damage hunting. So he's going to go down quite easy. I'm going to go for a 5 damage hunting. And this is a tactic card, so he might do something tactical. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my hunter to confuse. So my hunter confuses that particular act. And people say that it's a little bit hard to kind of understand what you're doing. I like to think of it as kind of like these are the confuse, for instance, is the trapper using his knowledge of what's going on to make it less likely that you're going to be caught as you lay out traps and hunt. So it's a representational thing. The defense is how difficult. The defense is basically how perceptive your opponent is, and how likely they are to catch you doing your hunting. So a little bit of spider silk and some meals. That's nice. And is there any more resources? I'm trying to find some wicker or some kind of cane or something to basically make my baskets out. If I've got some reeds to tie them together, I need some cane or something. So back to the hunting. This is a witch and some hulking rats, so we'll probably have to fight that. Yeah, witch and hulking rats. Okay. They've decided what to do. Ooh, I've got one warrior, one of my gatherers, and my medic, so I'm going to shuffle that up. That's a bit better. There we go. Still got the gatherer, but we've got my big warrior and my hunter out front. So, big warrior out to start. The opponent's turn. They get to play 2 cards. They're going to play a rat and a rat. I'm actually going to counter-offensive to get rid of one of their spare rats. There we go, there's the witch. She's a level 5, so I can't confuse her, unfortunately. What I can do is I can throw my spearman down in front of her, and then shield him. And then you've got 5 shielding, so you'll be able to take most of a knock. There we go. Ooh, down to 2 hit points. Ho 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 ho. That was close for that. I miscalculated that slightly. Luckily, He's not going to take any more damage. He's at high risk of dying, so what I'll probably do is I'll probably drop camp immediately. You can see he's got a blood drop, so he's at risk of dying.
Thea is not an easy place to grow
Yay.
up in, but a lad
Gatherer,
becoming an
definitely.
adult is an
We need more
important rite of
gatherers.
passage.
So that's another gatherer who's grown up there, and we've leveled up again, which means we have perception, speech, health, strength, herbalism, and will in our expedition. And we also have crafting, health, will, and perception in our town. What we're going to do is, because we've got someone who's weak, we're going to basically just drop camp immediately. We'll gather some wood, and we'll let our medic work on the person who is weak for now.
A pigeon flies to your village with a note attached. It reads, "Dear residents of the lovely settlement,
If you will, please visit my humble abode, placed not so far from your lovely home. I'm a blacksmith of dwarven tradition, and I have an offering for you kind people. There's a small map drawn." Okay. So that's a little one. It's a random smithy has appeared. It's a common quest. It's one of the starting quests. So what I'll do is I'll continue to do a little bit of exploration. I'll probably take this expedition around in a circle at the bottom to see if I can find some wicker, and we'll come back when there is something interesting going on.
In a circle and begin festivities.
And welcome back everyone. So we've got the start of the Night of the Goat. The Dizodi appear. These are the anti-curse people. They come to my village because it's a celebration, and they say that we've done them proud, and so they cure my guy of curse, and they give my Radzim the medic a +2 folklore knowledge, which is used in intellect and hex challenges. If we are ever cursed, we shall seek out your city. So there we go. We now know where the Dizodi. Ah, that's good. Sometimes they can be placed a long way away. If we ever get cursed, we can go to them and we can do a challenge to undo our curse. So off we set. I've spent a couple of turns recovering down there. This has a little sort of hard to see because it's night time, but it has a little ruin, so I can actually search the ruin. Oh, I found some free loot. That's good. There's another little spider's nest down here which I could go and deal with, but see that visibility kind of disappears at night, so I'm relying... Ah, there's some cane there. Aha. If I learn to harvest cane, this will allow me to make some nice baskets. So I'm going to set up camp next turn and grab some cane before we carry on. And you can see there is a day-night cycle. Things can be more dangerous at night. Certain gods give you benefits at night. Gather up some cane. Just make sure they've got enough food. They've got seaweed to eat and they've got meat to eat. They've got a few turns worth of food. That's fine. You can actually have a look here how many turns they've got. They've got 44 turns worth of wood, 5 turns worth of food. Up here in the town, we have a fresh gatherer. Messiah. She's got +5 to gathering, so she's going to go on wood because we need some more wood. Excellent. And this is 7 cane. How much cane do we need to make a basket? Because gathering baskets are important. Crafting. Gathering tools. Ooh, she came with 5 cane. Okay. Pop some coal in there. Okie dokie, so I can confirm that. That's going to be 72 points of crafting to do. So he can do 100 points of crafting, so he can complete that in a turn. So there we go, I can make 1 cane basket, but I can gather some more cane with my thing. So it's... How much was that? I said I wanted to check and I didn't check. Nope, baskets. It's 4 cane per basket. So a couple of turns of gathering cane. 14 cane, that's enough for 3 baskets, and you've got 3 turns of food, so I'll do 1 more turn of gathering. And inventory, equipment, my gatherer Messiah is going to get +2 gathering from her cane basket. There we go. So now I can just uncamp these guys and head for home because I need some food. I can grab some food by hunting on the way home if necessary. So I'm going to camp down here, grab some food and some wood. Primarily food because I don't need too much more wood because I've got 62 turns worth of wood. But then once we've gotten home and we've started building baskets, I will then set out for the smithy Dizodi and clear out these spider nests. So what I'll do is I'll gather up some wood and I'll head home, and I'll see you guys later on. Hello everyone, and this is going to be the last bit for this episode, then I'll move on to the other bits. This is an unexpected visitor, Theodore. He's the tutorial character. He's just popped up to give me the start of the main quest. So, our food stocks have grown and we're learning to live in Thea, but the darkness is not gone, so it's time to start figuring out why. So, I can say why should we isn't surviving more important, but okay, so how should we?
That's the spirit. I knew we could count
Others
on
have
you.
tried and failed before you, so the
must
road will
warn
not be
you,
easy. We
others
have to go and
tried
find
and
the
failed.
cosmic
I
tree.
know some, but I do not hold the answers you need to see.
Thea was a land
I
ruled
know
by
that
high
once
magic, a land where
Thea
demons
was
were
a
kept in
land
check by the
ruled
people
high
and by the
magic,
cosmic balance
a
held by the
land where
gods.
demons were kept
The
in
pillars
check by
stood
the
sturdy and held the world
peoples,
together.
and by the cosmic balance
Now the
upheld
barriers
by
of the land
gods.
between the living and the
The
dead are torn
pillars of
asunder.
Thea stood
Darkness holds a
sturdy
tight
and
grip on
held our
everyone.
world
Without your
together.
age, without your
Now
aid,
the barriers
whatever
between
made the sun
lands of
return
the
may
living
not hold
and
for
those
long,
of
and
the
the age
dead
of
are
darkness may
torn
descend upon us
asunder.
again.
And thus there have been those
So,
who sought to
he tells us
undo
basically
this
to go
curse,
and
those
find
who
the
were
cosmic tree and
charged
find
with
out
the
what
guard-
happened. And he marks our map with the cosmic tree quest. So, with the cosmic tree ready to go, we will move our guys back and we will just do another bit of inventory transfer. So, we don't need 84 wood. We can knock that down to about 40 wood. Crystals can go, leather, bone. I'm actually going to transfer the meat across and the berries, the 20 cane, 21 cane, and the string. We've got a slightly nicer axe, actually no, slightly worse axe, so that can go back. The hammer's quite weak, so that can go back. We've got shields, and that's everything transferred back. So we need to put some food in, and what we're going to do is we're going to put just vegetables in. It is worth, to a certain extent, putting in better items, and we're going to put a new craftsman, a new gatherer across to do some better gathering. It sometimes is worth putting better food or multiple types of food because, nope, not new expedition. Manage supplies. You can see that the more types of food they have available to them, the better the bonuses. So you can gain bonuses to health, armor, shielding, dexterity, to mind, to perception, a +4 bonus to health, a faster healing rate, and better movement speed as you add more and more types of food, which is where the cooking comes in. The cooking allows you to add more and more types of food. So that's where we are now. I will now start building a whole set of gatherer's tools using this, some wood for fuel, and string. That's one. And because I don't have enough string, I'm going to use clay, wood for fuel, this, confirm, and then fur, wood for fuel, and this. And you'll see that these have slightly different benefits to them. Some of them have +2, some of them have +3, and they cost different amounts of time to build. So I'm just going to pop my craftsman on there, and he's just going to craft down the line, making all of these. You can set them to make more, you can set them to make an infinite number of them, but it relies upon resources. So for now, that's where we are, and I'll carry on with gathering, crafting, and in the next episode we shall go and have a look at the Dizodi and the smithery. Thank you for watching, and I will see you guys in the next episode.